planet Earth, a scientist creates the ultimate machine.
At last!
A machine that will give him the power to journey into the mega world. With thousands of colors, 16-bit graphic technology, and 10-channel mega stereo sound. The most advanced video game system in the universe.
Yes!
Mega Drive from Sega.
Hi guys, welcome back. Well, today I'm going to be showing you my Mega Drive collection. The Sega Mega Drive was one of my childhood favourites. I wouldn't have put it as my favourite back then. I was a bit more of a SNES fanboy, to be honest, but the test of time has proven that the Mega Drive now is still relevant in my life, and for me it's probably my favourite retro console. The one I've got here is in immaculate condition, to say how old it is. I mean, the original one, which was Japanese, came out in 1988. This one is the PAL version, so it was released in 1990. And this one is still in immaculate condition. The reason I've gone for the Mark I, the original Mega Drive, is because it's a better system. Although the Mega Drive 2, I think it does look a little bit better. It's a bit more round and a bit more modern. But this one has the auxiliary phones jack, so you can still use it for stereo sound, and it's got the volume up and down button, so you can do that. So yeah, I think I prefer this one definitely over the other one. I do have the box still for this, but the box is in quite a bad condition, which is why I'm really surprised that the actual console itself is in such a good condition, because I don't think it's been used a lot by the looks of how good and quality it's in. It comes with two 3-button controllers, which again are in immaculate condition. They're the original Sega ones, and I think I could possibly be the only person that's actually used them, because the condition that they're in is brilliant. As you can see, both of them in immaculate condition, so I'm really happy with this. I mean, I do think I need the 6-button ones, the 6-button controllers, but that's something I will be getting at some point, because I might even get the Mega Drive 2 at that point to get the 6-button controllers, but you can play most games without. So the console itself is brilliant. So I've only been collecting for this for a short while, but straight away the first game I got, obviously, Sonic 1. I do try to keep them in the best conditions, so I've got case covers for them, case protectors. Sonic 2. And Sonic 3. Sonic 3 is getting more rare to get hold of. It comes at a higher price. I think you'll probably get Sonic 1 and 2 for maybe between £10–15, whereas Sonic 3 you're looking between £30 and £40 depending on the condition. And then to go with that, I then picked up Sonic and Knuckles. I mean, this one's quite expensive still. You're looking between £50 and £70 for this one, because it is cardboard. I'll try to show you the contents. Most of you will probably know what Sonic and Knuckles look like. It's not like an actual game, it's just like an adapter for Sonic 2 to go into, and Sonic 3. So you open that, and then you put your Sonic 2 or Sonic 3 in the top of that, and then into your console. Since Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic the Hedgehog 3 were initially developed as one game, their gameplay is similar. Both are 2D side-scrolling platformers with similar level designs, graphics and game mechanics. However, in Sonic and Knuckles, unlike in Sonic 3, the player chooses either Sonic or Knuckles at the screen. Miles, Tails, Prower is not available to select, and the player cannot control two characters together. There is also no multiplayer mode or save feature. The player characters move through 6 levels, each divided into 2 acts. The first act of each level ends with a mini-boss fight with one of Dr. Robotnik's robots. So moving on, guys. During the period of the making Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles, which were supposed to be as one game, they were supposed to be one game, but they didn't have time to put it all together, so they made it into 2 sections. But as they were supposed to be releasing Sonic and Knuckles for the Christmas period, they couldn't get it out in time. So what they brought out instead was Sonic the Hedgehog's Pinball. This just put people on, so they had something for Christmas basically to give to the kids, because they promised them Sonic and Knuckles, but what they could do in the meantime while they were messing about with it. I think it was something to do with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson had done the music for Sonic 3, but then because of the controversy surrounding Michael Jackson at that time, they had to go through some sort of lawsuit, or they wanted to pull away from Michael Jackson. So yeah, it resulted in Sonic Pinball. Sonic Pinball is a pinball game in which the player controls Sonic the Hedgehog or acts as the pinball. The majority of the game takes place within the pinball defense system, which resembles a series of large pinball machines. The game comprises 4 levels, each containing numerous flippers that can be used to aim Sonic's trajectory and launch him through the level. Sonic can be manoeuvred while airborne with the input from the directional pad, which can be used for better positioning following an impact with a bumper or target, or when Sonic is descending towards the drain, bumpers or flippers. The goal of each level is to collect all the Chaos Emeralds and subsequently defeat the newly assembled boss located at the top of the level. Some Chaos Emeralds are blocked off by obstacles that require Sonic to hit certain switches or bumpers in order to create a clear path. The boss at the top of each level requires a specific strategy to defeat. A status strip at the top of the screen provides hints for defeating bosses, as well as encouraging messages when the players make progress. The strip also tells the players of how many Chaos Emeralds are left to collect in a level. Following the defeat of a boss, an enemy or a bonus round is initiated. These rounds are shown as Sonic playing a regular pinball machine. The player is given 3 balls to shoot around the board, the object being accumulate points by hitting as many bumpers and targets as possible. This is a really great game, and as a kid I did enjoy it. Obviously it wasn't Sonic and Knuckles, but Sonic Pinball, as I am quite a pinball fan, this went down a treat. Right guys, so on to my next game that I've got in my collection, and as we have already mentioned this person, it'd be wrong for me not to introduce my next game, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. This game you're looking at between £40 and £60 for, so it's not too cheap because it is becoming increasingly rare, but it is a brilliant game and it's one of my favourites even to this day. The game is essentially a beat 'em up that is drawn using isometric video game graphics. Although Jackson attacks with magic powers instead of physical contact, he has the ability to shoot short-range magic powers at enemies. The magic power can be charged by holding the attack button to increase the range and damage of the magic power while moonwalking, if up close to enemies. Jackson executes a spinning melee attack using magic powers if the combat supports it. Up to 3 people can play simultaneously. All 3 players can, as Jackson, dressed in his suit, white for player 1, red for player 2, or black for player 3. Jackson's special attack is termed Dance Magic. There are 3 different dance routines that may be performed, namely the dance routines from Smooth Criminal, Beat It and Billie Jean. The player starts with one of 3 of these attacks per credit, depending on how the machine is set up. Bubbles, Michael's real-life pet chimpanzee, appears in each level. Once collected or rescued, Bubbles transforms Michael into a robotic version with the ability to shoot laser bursts and missiles and absorb significantly more damage. The next game I have in my collection, guys, is a game that I picked up at Doncaster Gaming Market not too long ago. Road Rash 3. As you could say, I paid £30 for it, and the reason I wanted Road Rash 3 is because I used to play this as a kid and I loved it. The only problem is it was in like a plastic sleeve, so I didn't realise what condition it was in. I mean, it looks okay from the inside, but the actual cover on it is in terrible condition. It looks like it's been wet and then dried again. At CAX it's about £35 to buy, so for the sake of saving a fiver, I probably wouldn't have bought this if I'd have realised it were in such a shoddy condition. But I'm glad I've got it because I can play it. Road Rash 3 puts the player in control of a motorcycle racer who must finish in 3rd place or higher among 14 other racers. The player advances through the game's 5 levels by winning 5 races on each level. The game race takes place in a number of settings around the world, consisting of Australia, Kenya, Japan, Italy, Brazil and Germany, and the United Kingdom is a great track too. During a race, the racer can brake, accelerate, attack neighbouring opponents. The racer will punch at the nearest opponent with a different input, while holding a directional button during the input will result in either a backhand or a kick. Some opponents wield weapons such as clubs, chains, nunchuckers, crowbars, maces, cattle prods and oil cans. I mean, I don't know if you ever played this, I'm sure you did, but it's a one-of-a-kind game, and it's a game that I wish they'd do a rebirth of. I know they did one on I think it was on the PlayStation 1, I used to have it on the PS1, but nowadays on something like the PS5 or something like that, it'd be an awesome game, don't you think? The next game I have is a game that I used to play as a kid, and with Sonic's Pinball, I love pinball games. This was immense. It's called Crew Ball. I'm sure you'll have heard of it. It's Motley Crue, put the name to it, and got the music soundtrack to it. And not only that, even now in 2025, it's a really good game to play. You should give it a go. I mean, this game isn't that expensive. I think I paid about £15 for it or something like that, so it's well worth looking at. I mean, Crew Ball is a 1992 pinball video game developed by American studio and the UFX and published by Electronic Arts for the Sega Genesis. Themed to glam metal band Motley Crue, it features 3 of their songs, Got to Feel Good, Live Wire and Home Sweet Home. The next game on the list needs no introduction to being a Mega Drive classic. Aladdin. Even now, in this day and age, the picture looks crisp and sweet, and you could even probably pass it off now to kids. I mean, my son Lachlan, he loves playing it. It helps that I have the level skip cheat as well, which if you pause the game and press AA, BB, AA, BB, AA, BB, AA, it will level skip onto the next level. You can thank me for that tip later. Disney Aladdin is a side-scrolling platform game in which the player controls Aladdin throughout settings and a storyline based on the namesake film. Aladdin's primary forms of offence against enemy characters are a skimmick for a short-range slashing attack and apples that can be pelted as long-range ammunition. The apples are a finite resource but can be collected in abundance amongst throughout the games, meaning you can run out of apples if you throw too many. So just don't throw too many and you'll be alright. As I say, it's got some amazing levels on this game. I don't know if any of you can remember, but my favourite level on this game is the Magic Carpet Ride. Such a great level, but so frustrating at the same time. The next games I'm going to show you guys are just mainly shelf fillers, games that I got cheap that I just thought I'd fill the collection and make them look better. Marco's Magic Football, which looks really fun but is really hard, and this is the only game I've got that isn't complete. Midway Arcade Greatest Hits is something I've never played, but it's still there to the collection. I've also got Urban Strike, the sequel to Jungle Strike, which I don't think I ever played this one as a kid, because the one I played more than anything was Desert Strike. This was one of my favourite games as a child. I played it every day. The graphics at the time for this game were immense. I mean, I don't remember anything being at quite as good a graphics as this. Maybe Echo the Dolphin. And then I've got Green Dog, which I still haven't played yet. Look at that, it was £34.99 at Woolworths. I love it when they have the prices still on it from the original place. It adds to the nostalgia, doesn't it? So yeah, this is my Sega Mega Drive collection so far. Hopefully I'm going to be adding a load more to it, because like I say, it's one that I really love and it's still up to date. Even now you can play it quite good. So yeah, the Sega Mega Drive. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm going to be doing loads more with every other console that I own, just to see where I'm at, because this is 2025, so I'm hoping by 2026 there's a load more. So if you do want to see everything else that I've got, if you've got a minute, please subscribe or like, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys.